Training New Professional Profiles, Video 4, The Projects.
I'd like to ask each panelist to give us an overview of the specificities of the project they lead, focusing on the major expected deliverables and milestones, and on the new professional figure for whom they will develop or are developing a training path. We will proceed in a chronological order and start with the ILSE project. Then we will illustrate the LTA and the EASIT projects, which are running simultaneously, and we will conclude with the IMPACT project. The leader of each project will give us the relevant details.
Rather than explaining what the project is about, I thought it may be a good idea to include here a reduced version of an introductory video that we prepared about the project, including the aims, the outputs, and of course the partners involved in the project, which you will see at the very end of the video. ILSA, which stands for Interlingual Live Subtitling for Access, is a 3-year Erasmus Plus project funded by the European Commission. Its aim is to identify the skills and profile of a new professional, the interlingual live subtitler, and to develop guidelines for the implementation of interlingual live subtitling on TV, in educational settings, and in live events. There are different methods to produce interlingual live subtitles, for example, with keyboards or with different degrees of automation, automatic speech recognition or machine translation, for example. ILSA focuses on interlingual live subtitling or speech-to-text interpreting through re-speaking, where a speech-to-text interpreter, known as an interlingual re-speaker or trans-speaker, translates what's being said, dictating also punctuation marks, to a speech recognition software, which displays the translated words as subtitles on a screen.
No es una narrativa abstracta lo que estamos proponiendo. Punto.
An important part of the project consists of developing an online course on interlingual live subtitling. You can also visit the project website, where you'll find information about the different outputs of the project, including research on the current state of training and professional practice of live subtitling and speech-to-text interpreting, results of some of the first experiments comparing how subtitlers and interpreters perform in speech-to-text interpreting, and also the guidelines that I mentioned earlier on how to implement interlingual live subtitling on TV, in educational settings, and in live events. We've also prepared a map that shows the impact that the project has had in different countries with regard to training, research, and practice.
Our project deals with training for real-time interlingual subtitlers. This professional figure is relatively new within the field of accessible audiovisual translation. These professionals provide access to content in real-time situations, for instance, at conferences. They do this by creating subtitles in the same language of the spoken speech. When they use a speech recognition software to create the subtitles, these professionals are called re-speakers. When they use a keyboard instead, or a special keyboard such as the Velotype keyboard, these professionals are called velotypists. Our deliverables are 4: a skills card for the 2 professional profiles, re-speakers and velotypists, a curriculum, certified training materials, and a certification exam. The LTA skills cards are the first certified descriptions of the skills and competencies that re-speakers and velotypists should have. Altogether, the skills cards define 6 competence areas and the skills within. These are understanding accessibility, linguistic competencies, IT competencies, service entrepreneurship competencies, and of course, re-speaking and velotyping. The curriculum maps these 6 competence areas into 6 self-contained training units or modules. The curriculum is designed to be used both in higher education and in vocational settings. However, it can also be used autodidactically. Then, the training materials. The training materials in LTA have been certified by the European Certification and Qualification Association, in short ECQA. The training materials are part of a 30 ECTS or ECPETS credit course. Therefore, they include all the training materials that you need. For instance, subtitled video lectures, PowerPoint presentations, practical exercises and tasks, keys for these exercises, and self-assessment questions. Lastly, there is the certificate. We have created an exam that leads to a certificate. Students can prepare and take this exam at the platform of the European Certification and Qualification Association. Similarly, trainers and institutions may become certified persons or institutions in order to prepare students for this certificate as well. This is actually unique because both trainers and students can benefit from the certificate and the results of the project while having an external institution that looks over the quality, which is ECQA.
EASIT has merged easy-to-understand language with the audiovisual world. First, we did a survey to understand easy-to-understand language in Europe, both in terms of training and practice. Then we had a series of focus groups and interviews with professionals from both areas, easy-to-understand and audiovisual translation, to see how this concept of easy-to-understand language, meaning both easy to read and plain language, how this concept could be transferred into the audiovisual world. Then we defined 3 professional profiles with their associated skills and competencies. The expert in easy-to-understand audio description, the expert in easy-to-understand subtitles, and the expert in audiovisual journalism. After this, we drafted 2 curriculum proposals, one for a university course and one for a MOOC. And now we are currently designing the educational materials and exploring ways in which new professional profiles can be certified.
Well, considering the impact project, when we started preparing the proposal, we realized that most of the projects in the audiovisual translation field, and especially in the accessibility field, were focused on services to ensure that audiovisual media content is accessible to all audiences. The impact project considers accessibility at a transversal level, that of ICT accessibility, with a more innovative and understanding of new media and the convergence to the web environment. IMPACT stands for Inclusive Method based on perception of accessibility and compliance testing. The main object of the project is to create a new job profile, which is that of digital accessibility educator. The IMPACT project is an Erasmus Plus project which started in 2019 and will run until 2022. It's a strategic partnership bringing together partners from different fields dealing with innovation in higher education. The leading partner is Coena, an accessibility SME company based in France. There are also 3 European universities, which are Normandy Université, which is also based in France, Dublin City University, based in Ireland, and Universitat Autònoma de Barcelona, which is based in Spain. Finally, there is ECQA, which is an European certification and qualification agency based in Austria. The project has been divided in 4 different stages. The first stage was aimed at mapping the digital accessibility field and the definition of the skills that the digital accessibility educator should master and acquire. The second stage aims at creating a modular curriculum to implement the defined skills. This is the current stage, and it's being now assessed through focus groups and online surveys in different countries. The third stage is the creation of open resource materials to be used in digital accessibility vocational and academic training. And finally, the last stage is the certification.
Many thanks. That was very clear and highlighted the challenges of each stage and of each project.